Dawson, just that third period, what was your team able to do to tilt the ice back your way, stay patient with it, and get those goals, especially in quick succession there?
Yeah, pretty much we just stuck with it. We're getting some chances. We just want to make sure we create a bit more, and I think we did that. We put pucks to the net, good things happen, and we had a nice stretch there of a few shifts, and it really paid off.
What needs to be cleaned up from that first and second period?
I think just mentality, sticking with it, plain simple, and then when you get opportunities, take advantage of that, but you don't want to be trading chances back and forth, and just a bit smarter on those notes.
Goals haven't necessarily been that easy over the last couple games for this team to come by. What has been so important about the patience you guys have been able to have in your game to wait for those chances?
Yeah, obviously we all love scoring, getting chances, having the puck on our stick, but then sometimes it's not happening, and you just stick with it, the patience. And I think that was a prime example of tonight. We into the third period, and then all of a sudden, we got 4 goals on the board. So I think it just happened and it clicked, and then we just rolled with it and then shut them down and then give them no life.
How's the face feeling, and how many stitches did you get there? Last game, obviously, not this game. Your lip.
Yeah, it's good. They fixed me up. Told them to try to make me look as pretty as they can, but they 16 there total on the inside and out. So
collectively as a team, you guys are, I believe it's 10 out of 11 on the penalty kill on this homestand. Just how do you guys take that momentum and then translate that to being able to get some offense going later in the game?
Yeah, obviously special teams is a big part of the game. Power play and the penalty kill, and something we take a lot of pride in. So when we get out there, we know what our job is, the roles, and if you stick by the system and everyone's on the same page, good things happen. And I think we've just been really sticking to our game, and it's obviously been paying off, like I said.
Also, was anything said between the second and third period, just to kick on a little bit?
We just wanted to make sure we got more life on the bench, keep our momentum up. When any type of positive momentum swing, we wanted to make sure we use that in a positive way, and I think we did that out there tonight. There was a few scenarios that happened and in our favor, and then we just rolled with it.
Feeling comfortable with the cage?
As much as you can, to be honest. You see it a bit, but that's what I used to wear growing up as a kid, so that pretty much was the option that I wanted to go with.
Also, you talk about being on the bench and saying that we need find a little bit of momentum. Is that moment where Bratt sort of makes that hit along the wall to create that play that then helps Jack get that goal? I mean, those are the types of little things that you're feeling on the bench? Yeah,
all those. Like we said, it didn't have to be like a super skilled play or something that you expect out of someone. It's almost something that you maybe weren't, and that's a prime example right there. So all those little things where it's just details really matter, and that's one of them.
How did the crowd's energy help you guys in the third period? I mean, you guys got the 1 goal to tie it, and then all of a sudden it seemed like the crowd really came alive for you guys.
Yeah, like I said, it's something like we said. We wanted more life on the bench, and then the building, got more life too, and pretty much raised all the intensity. And like I said before, we rolled with it. We got one, and we got another one, and another, and we didn't stop until we just wanted to make sure that we didn't give them nothing then.
Thank you.
Jesper, we've talked about managing the game better and having that patience. In the third period, everything came to life. What was your viewpoint and the team's viewpoint about what shifted in that period?
I feel like during the first 2 periods, I feel like we all knew as a group that when we were playing to our identity, we really had success. And when we were trying to complicate things and we were turning pucks over, we were just kept feeding them. So I think going into the third, we knew we needed a goal, and it wasn't really going to come pretty. It was going to come from some battles, some puck plays, funnel pucks to the net, and win second opportunities, and that was exactly what happened. So I think we as a group really stuck with it the right way, and we showed some good character to come back winning that game.
It was actually pretty, though. You came in there, made a beautiful play, and pass went back out and across the Jack.
I mean, I think the line before that really set up that whole goal. I mean, they were in their zone for a minute, tired them out, and making good plays, having possession of the puck, and then Mercer goes for a great line change to get some fresh bodies on the ice. That's how we win the puck back in the first place. We win the puck back, and then we're getting fresh bodies. They're tired out there, and then Pesh makes a good play to Jack, and he does his thing. So it was kind of the game-winning goal by just being selfless and helping the team win.
How important was it to finish this homestand off in the way you guys are starting to play at home?
Yeah, very important. That was definitely something we talked about, and to not go on the road, but really closing it out here in front of in front of our own fans with a good comeback win and a win overall.
What have you sort of learned about this group, maybe over this last little part about trusting the patience in the game when the offense isn't coming there and waiting for it to come? Have you seen a big difference there?
Yeah, we talked all year about winning all the different games. We talked about it last time too. There wasn't maybe a game that was a transition game that helped feeding our speed. It was a tight fought game with not a lot of space out there, and I mean today was basically just a game for us to manage our own mistakes and playing good with the puck and minimize our mistakes to keep feeding them. I mean they got good skill guys that knows what to do off the rush if you keep feeding that. So we wanted them to come into their own zone, stop and work there, and that's how we stay successful.
It's all possible because of your team defense, though, right? At the end of the day, you know, you're limiting shots, you're limiting goals.
Yeah, I think we've been pretty good with being quick in and out. Our D's are doing a good job to shutting rushes down, and we're in and out of our D zone very very quick. We're limiting their shots. We've been good with shot blocking, and they haven't really got too marky that easily.
Was it surprising how aggressive Keefe was early on?
Yeah, I mean we saw in the pre-scout how he was playing. He made some really good saves there on Halla. He came out, he made himself big and made a good save. So we just knew it was going to come down to second opportunities and make him move and make him make 1, 2, or 3 saves.
Just what was set between the second and third?
I mean, it was just stick with it. I mean, the game is far from over. It's 20 minutes of us playing good hockey. We know what to do with how to stay successful, and that was basically just a process. There's a team in here that never gives up.
You guys have done such a good job at suppressing shots lately, but when you have Markstrom continue to come up time after time, I mean, just how great has that been over the last few days?
Yeah, obviously super important. I mean, we're going to do everything we can to help him out there to both block those shots and to see the puck, but obviously knowing that he's back there giving us those saves when we need them or there's a breakdown is obviously huge. He gives us a lot of confidence, and he's been playing great for us.
Thank you.
Nico, obviously, you know, you guys have a way of, you know, saving your best for last lately, and once again, 2 goals in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. How do you explain that?
I think we got rewarded. I think we've been playing well. We had a lot of chances. Some tough matchups lately, but I think we just stuck with it and finally got in bounces. That's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, obviously it's good that we can contribute with that as well.
I know your line started it, but just what kind of energy do you get on that Bratt's hit and then the feed to Jack?
I mean, if you were at the stadium, you could feel it. I think obviously got the crowd out of their seats, and I think we felt it on the bench as well. And yeah, it was just a great sequence, great play by Bratt coming in, stripping that puck, keeping it alive. They're tired. Pesh makes a nice play, and great shot by Jack. So.
Nico, what are you liking about the way you guys are handling the game as a whole when you're waiting for that offense to come and that patience that's required, right? And how you handle that patience, because you can get frustrated too, right? Like there's
100%. Yeah, I think just understanding the game, and you say just stay patient. It's obviously sometimes easier said than done, but I think we've done it lately. Just keep doing the right things, and eventually they'll go in.
What is set between the second and third when you guys are controlling those shots but not necessarily getting the goals?
I think just a little bit more determined, going towards the net, trying to make a difference, try to make a play or something that can help the team. That's kind of what's been said.
Nico, a lot was made earlier this season about the way you guys started games. Now you guys are going off where you're being able to defensively at least control play, limit the shots. How are you guys using that to get yourselves going through the rest of the game?
I mean, a good start obviously helps in any games, and I think it was a big theme for us, and moving forward, it's still going to be a big theme. Just to keep it simple at the beginning, do whatever it takes to get you in the game, whatever you need. So I think we've been talking about that a lot in the locker room, and it's good to see that we're not letting them have too many chances at the beginning of the game.
How important was it to finish this homestand off the right way?
Really important. I I think getting a win at home is always important, and but I think we're ready for the road now again. So.
Bratt was +4 tonight. What has he meant to the group?
Great. I mean, he's if you watch his game, he's if you're on the ice with him, you know you have a guy back there that unbelievable with his stick. He strips pucks from the air. He's a great defensively guy, and obviously you could see he makes plays as well. So he's really calm back there, and it's obviously a great guy to have on our team and not playing against him.
Can you take us through your goal?
Yeah, I mean, kicked it out. I knew I'm going to drive through there. I think we kind of had a 3-on-2 there. And I knew Bratter's going to, like, if I can beat him, he's going to find me there. And was kind of coming in with a lot of speed and just, tried to slip it 5-4. Worked out.
You touched on it briefly about the crowd today, but this whole homestand, what has the crowd brought? And from the players' perspective, what has the energy and atmosphere been like in this place?
Yeah, I feel, I think Keefe said as well, I think if we stay patient and sometimes not a lot going on and that the crowd still having on our side, that's big for our bench, for our room, and just stay patient and keep cheering us on, and when we score, you can feel the energy, and I think they can feel it in the crowd, and especially we as player on the bench, we can feel that as well, and that gives us an extra push to, you saw it today, to get that third one, that fourth one, so it's important for us.
Thank you.
Team's determination tonight, especially, they get a fluky goal and you guys find a way in the third period to make sure.
Well, I don't know how fluky it is. I mean, it's not man rush. We look at the net off the post. They got a bounce, but they earned that bounce. But I mean, much more determined third period for sure. Just challenge the guys at the second to be exactly that, a little more determined and competitive, and go out and earn a goal, whether that's through competing and winning some battles or making some plays. Like we got to find ways to generate more. So we did that. We made some plays on the first goal for Mercer for basically a tap in, and then the second goal is just, I mean, that's textbook play. I mean, dominant zone shift, zone line change, and then talk about determination. I mean, Bratter comes on the ice on that line change and doesn't just come on and dip his toe in. He comes on to make a difference, and then obviously Jack ends up benefiting from that and then gets a great finish. So, that might have been my favorite goal of the year. Just in terms of how one thing led to the next, and ultimately the game winner.
And through it all, just the way you're limiting still the shots, limiting the goals, and playing the defense you're playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, quite honestly, I think that the chances against and stuff are going to probably look worse than the shot total tonight. But so I didn't, there's elements of the game I didn't like, but yeah, it's a positive thing. We're not overwhelming our goaltender, and he's there making saves for us, and he certainly did make some tonight. Obviously, Bedard hitting the crossbar early in the third is a huge moment in the game. And, for the most part, like I said, we didn't allow them to overwhelm us. There's no long stretches in our zone, which is really good. And that's where we've probably improved the most.
How have you seen your team start to handle patience, waiting for the offense to come? Talking to Nico, saying, they don't get as frustrated as maybe as they used to and handle the game a little bit better. What are you seeing there in that terms of growth? Yeah,
I think they're just getting way more comfortable in those environments. So we've talked about it. We want to be confident, comfortable. When we haven't scored, and knowing and trusting that eventually we will, or we certainly are capable of doing so. But it's not easy to do, especially in a game like this one. It's a little bit easier. You're playing against some of the top teams in the league, and you're going into it. It's going to be real tight, and you just got to play 60 minutes and find your way. And you come into this game here, you got it against a team that's not doing as well. The record's not as good. Then you get in the game, and you quickly learn they're playing a way better hockey than their schedule will tell you. I mean, these guys they played well tonight. They played hard. So, you're sort of expecting to score and expecting to be in the lead. And I think, even the fans probably get a little anxious thinking, we should be winning this game. And that takes a little more commitment and discipline to stay with it. But I thought for a lot of that second period when we had not a lot going on, we got a little sleepy. We got, I don't think we got frustrated. We just got a little bit, we just lacked life. We lacked energy, and that's where I was asking for a little more determination in that third, and the fact that we're just still in a one-goal game.
Coach, what do you say to your team, if anything, between the second and third to maybe bring on some of that life?
That's just like I'm saying. I just called it out. I felt as though we were just sort of playing not on our heels, but we weren't pushing. We weren't out there trying to make something happen, and I don't think we were doing enough competitively to win pucks. Some of our best chances today come directly off of a forecheck, winning a puck battle, and centering the puck, and the guy's wide open in the slot. We just didn't have enough of that. So sometimes you got to compete hard and you got to earn your offense, and then other times you got to make a play. Like we got to make plays, and there was times we either failed to make the first play, or when we made the first play, we failed to make the second play. We couldn't connect sequences. So, and credit to Chicago because they killed a lot of plays. Like, they defended well, they had good sticks, they protected the middle of the ice well. But that's where you need to just be a little more determined and have a good process at the same time. So I think a little bit more playmaking, a little more determination, and a good process. All those things together, all of a sudden the game blows open. So that's sort of what you're trying to get established early in the game. But I'm glad we got it done before we ran out of time.
And we talk about the Bratt goal, and you say determination. How that garnered an emotional response after winning that puck battle and then getting that goal. How important is it to get that kind of emotional response that seemingly trickled into the next two goals very quickly?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's a big moment in the game, right? Because, first of all, even the crowd was starting to get a little more into it and engaged. We talked about it last game about how important the crowd is in these moments. They stay with us and they push the group. Sometimes the group needs a little bit of push. It might be from the coach. It might be from their fans. It might be from each other. But that was one where, things were building positively for us. The energy on the bench. Our guys could feel it, sense it. We needed a line change. We've been talking about connecting one shift to the next all season long, since training camp and preseason. And our guys know we need to change there. And it's hard to do because that Nico's line with Mercer and Timo, they had such a dominant shift. I'm sure they're feeling it like, hey, we're gonna win this game right now. We're gonna score. But our bench in that moment is up, and they're calling because they know we're one line change away from really asserting ourselves, and I think you could sense that with how Bratt came on the ice, because that started on the bench, the anticipation of that, and then Bratt went out and just an incredible determination, persistence to stay on the puck, and then it lands on Jack's stick, and he makes him pay for it. So that's just a great team goal, that one, to me. It's not even just the guys that were on the ice and contributed or the guys that made the line change. The guys on the bench were a big part of that too, because they're calling it. They can see it, and that's a good sign as a coach when the players are taking charge of that moment.
Brett Pesce, a team-leading +4 tonight. As his offense comes around, how have you seen him balance that with his defensive prowess?
I think he's getting a little more confident, making some plays, and I think he seems more comfortable with his teammates and kind of knowing where they are and how they move. He's been in one place for a very long time, so I think some of that's starting to come together. I think he has the ability to make some of the sort of plays that he made today. He makes the play that he makes on Timo's goal, the fourth goal, just to put that puck into space, into the middle of the ice, and sensing that one of our guys was going to skate into there. But that's what I thought we struggled with early in the game, is getting some good pucks into those areas. And he laid it in there the proper weight, and we get onto it, and then the forwards do the rest. So that's really good. And the best part about Pash is he knows who he is. He's not going to change who he is. He's not going to cheat the game defensively in order to create some offense. He's going to pick his spots really well, and he's done that and getting rewarded for it.
Coach, what do you make of your special teams? Your penalty kill has been really good of late, not only on the homestand but today. but conversely, the power play seems to be sputtering a little bit. Just what's your take on how to get it going?
Yeah, I mean, the last power play we had today was our best in, probably the last few games. So if nothing else, that's something to build on. But we changed the rhythm just a little bit. Started the second group on that one, and I thought that was enough to seem to spark something, because I thought we were far better after that. Like the way the power play looked on our last one. If it looks like that again, it's going to go in the net. So, I think I've mentioned this before. Power play has been so good for us. Quite frankly, it's really difficult to sustain that level of success that we were having. You'd love to, but very difficult. You got to expect it's going to come down a little bit, but we don't want it to come down for too long. So, Jeremy's on top of it, and players are well aware, but they just got to stay with doing good things, and it's going to go in the net. Like I said, I don't know how many shots we generated on that last power play, but more than enough to get one in. And if we did that in all three, I would believe quite certainly one will fall.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Thank you.